Uh, when I was 16 years old, there was a $6 million man. I don't know if you're old enough, you know that. I think inflation has caught up, so that's a $1 trillion man. So I'm going to spend these 10 minutes to explain to you how you can create a massive transformative movement by solving the world's biggest problem without resource, without power, without authority, but just by telling stories. So when I first started to retire at age of 40, which was 26 years ago, I took up the subject that is neglected called sanitation. And when people don't want to talk about something, they cannot improve. So I went around the world watching how people go to the toilet in the open. And this is an example of every morning the farmers goes by the roadside and defecate in a whole row, and the woman will defecate on another side of the road. And because this is not safe, the flies will go to the poop and then spread diseases. The rain will wash the poop into the river and contaminate the water. People drink the water and 2 million people die of diarrhea every year. You don't hear that people die of diarrhea because it's only poor people who die of diarrhea. So rich people, middle class people never die of diarrhea. Therefore, this kind of disease doesn't get the limelight. So I go around telling stories about how people don't have toilets, and here are children that I meet. And I also went to Kenya and see they poop into plastic bag and throw it, called flying toilets. And this is very dangerous because on the road where the poops are, the children are playing and they fall down and they touch the floor, they rub their eyes, they put it into their mouth, and they die, right? So a lot of this, just you don't know about it. For example, I'm very happy that you've just gone to the toilet and come back and you feel so happy. So the toilet itself is actually a room that generates happiness, right? When you go in, you're not happy. When you come out, you're very happy. If I were to ask you how many times you go to the toilet a day, this would probably be the first time in your life you're counting, because you're kind of shut out from this subject. And the answer is like, you actually go to the toilet 6 to 8 times a day, and you spend your entire 3 years of your life inside the toilet, continuously. And if you were to do something every day, so many times, you have to have good toilet culture, just like you're eating good food culture. And you need good toilet culture. And if you don't discuss, you cannot improve. So I started the World Toilet Organization and play a pun on the World Trade Organization and hoping that they will sue me so I'll be famous. So they didn't sue me and I became famous. So the media love it so much they call us the other WTO. And the real World Trade Organization actually is still stuck in the Doha round. They never progressed. But we've been progressing pretty well. So we hosted the World Toilet Summit with no money, just create an event from a building material show that has a redundant conference room, and invited 15 countries' government, including our minister. And then it started to become a media sensation overnight. We get all kinds of media. We immediately got Associated Press, Reuters, BBC, CNN, Nihon Keizai Shimbun, Xinhua Press, and India Hindustani Times. So I realized that the power of storytelling, you don't need money, you just need to be able to tell story. So every year we have World Toilet Summit. The second year, the host was mayor of Suwon City, then Taiwan mayor, then Beijing Olympics. They were so worried that the Olympics might fail because the toilet is so dirty. And they start renovating toilets and hosted our World Toilet Summit. So by this 2004, I thought, I've been giving out free hosting rights. Why don't I charge? So I charged Beijing $10,000 US, and they say, oh, if you ask 20, we'll have given to you. So I regretted, right? And so the following year, I asked for 50,000, and they pay me. So ever since that time, every year I get them paying me money to host my annual event, but to also organize it. It costs like $300,000, $400,000 to do it. So each year we have this happening. And in 2005, we have the mayor, Lord Mayor of Belfast, and we hosted it in their Parliament House, and we got the Lord Mayor to become Lord of the Rings. So we take all kind of opportunity to convert a very disgusting subject into a very humorous subject. And talking about Russia, we actually work with the KGB to host World Toilet Summit in their State Duma and go to their space center. So, you know, you can use anybody. The lesson you have to learn here is that you can achieve anything as long as you can get other people to do it. Yeah? So the Mayor Lutskov at that time was the host of our World Toilet Summit. Oksana, you probably know him, yeah? And then we go around India to teach people not to marry their daughter if the other side, the boy side, doesn't have a toilet in the house. And so if you don't have toilet, you don't get wives. And so that became a very good viral movement. And the president of India eventually hosted our World Toilet Summit in 2007 with 6 ministers, with the World Health Organization, and with the Crown Prince of the Netherlands. And by that time, I still have not employed anybody yet because it was just a one-man show telling story all the time. And it just goes to prove that you can actually leverage a lot of other people because we never fundraise, so we don't really have money, but we keep on having partners. So it went to Macau, then Time Magazine named me the hero of the environment, exactly on the same year as Peggy Liu this morning. On the same group, we were named hero of the environment. And all this kind of thing we never planned, but we get a lot of legitimacy out of it. Then we went to Philadelphia, and in 2001, we went to Macau. And every one of these World Toilet Summit left behind a legacy that continuously improved toilets and sanitation conditions in the country. And our foreign affairs minister was there, and he asked, how can I help you? You're doing a great job for our country, soft power. I said, can you table a UN resolution to make our founding day an official UN day? And he says, let's try. So we started to rally people. President Clinton came to endorse my work, and we went to Cambodia to teach people to produce toilet and sell themselves. The people who are selling the toilet in the village, we employ the village gossipers, because if you are a gossiper, you're actually a social media influencer. So we say whenever you sell a toilet, the manufacturer will pay you $3 US, and they say, wow, then I don't waste time gossiping, I start selling. And they would make people very jealous that they don't have a toilet, and eventually they sell the toilet like a Louis Vuitton handbag. So we went to China, and President Xi Jinping is now the champion of China toilet revolution. So we were just discussing this morning with Brand Finance to start a competition with a China Toilet Index so that every city mayor, province, governor, party secretary at village level, every level, will compete to show the central government how much they have improved. And ever since World Toilet Summit in 2004, China tourism toilet actually improved so clean that if you go to the first tier, second tier, third tier, up to fourth tier city, all their tourism toilets are cleaner than in London. And it is something that you would never have imagined could possibly happen to change the toilet culture in China, but it did. In China, we also started to renovate the rural school toilets, and they were very, very pathetic. And when President Xi Jinping liked this, and some Chinese businessmen in Singapore donated $1.5 million, and we built 15 rainbow school toilets in China. It was like that at first, and it was full of flies and very, very disgusting for the children. And we built it into normal modern toilet, and the children felt very proud about themselves. They told me that now they think they are equal to the student in the village that they watch on television. And I think this kind of self-confidence can bring them a lot of good future. And after we built the 15 Rainbow School toilet, we teach the kids to clean it, maintain it themselves, and send the model to the Chinese Ministry of Education, and they adopted our model for 215,000 schools in China. So you can see, you just do a little bit, and then you give it away. The whole idea about creating movement is you don't have to do things yourself. You must make the other people take ownership, and you don't have to claim the credit, and the other people will do it. So then we continue to go to South Africa with the toilets, and then in Indonesia, and eventually I went to the United Nations to lobby all 193 countries. We spent 10 months having reception, lunch, dinner, drinks, coffee with all the different ambassadors, and we had unanimous adoption by the UN General Assembly to adopt our founding day as the official UN World Toilet Day in 2013. So you can see you don't need power. People give you power. If you solve something for them, you align everybody. Then Bill Gates came to spend about $200 million on reinventing the toilet. And not just the money, but his persona also legitimized sanitation, which otherwise is a brown issue. Lots of people have to fund green and blue issue, and brown issues gets very hard, but with Bill Gates, it's improved a lot. Then come Matt Damon, who is also promoting World Toilet Day for us, and we went to India, and Prime Minister Modi used it to win elections. So toilet becomes an electable topic. I forgot to tell Boris Johnson just now. Maybe he can come back, but so when you promise people toilet, you win election. So that Prime Minister Modi actually built 110 million toilets. 110 million toilets is the biggest toilet construction project in the history of mankind. And he won landslide victory twice. So Jay-Z, Coldplay came to perform on World Toilet Day with 80,000 free tickets for our World Toilet Day concert. And this is the kind of leverage that I don't have to raise money. I just have to raise people's participation. In fact, after this talk, I would like you to come to me and to say, I've got some idea, let's work together. And if we keep doing that, then this thing will just kind of like a spreadsheet model, right? It just keep on spreading. So in India, we have got 6 World Toilet Colleges. So how do I operate 6 World Toilet Colleges? They use our brand, and they pay us money every year, and Reckitt Benckiser organize it, and I collect all the best training program in Japan and everywhere, give it to them. And we have World Toilet Colleges, and right now, the Singapore Red Cross want to do another one, and we think we can scale up World Toilet Colleges in Nigeria as well. So this looks like a Last Supper, but basically, I go to India, and I rally all the religious leaders, because in India, religion actually is very, very influential. This is another social media channel. And all of them start promoting toilets. And then they make Bollywood movie on toilets. And this is the #1 actor, or at one time highest paid, Salman Khan. And he started fundraising for us with me on national television live. The next morning I went to the airport. The immigration officer said, are you with Salman Khan last night on TV? I said, yes. And then he started shouting to his friend, and they all took photographs with me. Never before treated like that by immigration officer. So I got an award from the Queen when she was around. And it's a Commonwealth Points of Light. And then I have now my own movie. You can go watch Mr. Toilet, the world's #2 man. #2 because we're so humble, we don't want to talk about #1. Right? Then the UN created this UN World Toilet Day stamps 2 years ago on our 20th anniversary. And in Brazil, 2019, 50% of all the sewage are not treated. So they pump it into the Amazon River, into the beach, onto the landfill, and a lot of health problems, diseases are spreading. And so I went to lobby the senators and I say, you are losing so much money on tourism income, you're spending too much money on health, you're having polluted river. Why don't you just change the law to allow foreign investment into your public-private partnership and into your sewage treatment plant? They say, yeah, because we don't have money, we just changed the law. And after they changed the law, 10 billion US dollar over the last 2.5 years, 10 billion US dollar of money went into their state-owned sewage treatment plants. And this is a big amount of money, but all I did have to do was to lobby. And who invested is China. And so this money came from China and went into their sewage treatment plant, and now they have a much more healthier Brazil. The total amount is 135 billion, so they're still continuing investing. Last year, we have World Toilet Summit. I gave the president of Nigeria a World Toilet Organization Hall of Fame award. They paid for everything, and the number 2, Amina Mohammed from the UN, also came to speak. So we can leverage the entire country, 36 governors, to solve their sanitation problem. In Japan, we are now talking if we should go there this year to show the world the best toilet culture. And so in summary, I want to say that you use media. Media is not interested in stories. Media is interested in readership and advertising income. If your story get them that, you get the media. The politician is not interested in the agenda. He's interested in power and popularity. So the media can give them that. Then the public policy maker follow the politician, and then they have to be supported by the academia. And if we start to go down the supply chain and please everybody and align all their interests, then what happens is called mutual exploitation is collaboration. And collective selfishness is selflessness. And you do not have to do it. You become like a conductor orchestrating, and every piece of music is played by the musician, and the conductor doesn't play any music, but he produces music because he harmonizes noises into music. So what we've done is drive demand, align stakeholder, convening power, just like here is convening power, and then incentivize everybody's action, behavioral change, and build capacity, set standards, and do mass mobilization movement. So in the last 22 years, we got 2.5 billion people access to proper sanitation, and we have 193 country approved World Toilet Day to be a UN day. We have 19 World Toilet Summits, and we want to partner with you, whatever you like to do, and research in terms of CSR, ESG, everything that you need to do. Thank you very much.